Hi, my name's Aiden.
And I'm Jake.
And welcome to History and Haunts. Hello, and welcome to week 3 of History and Haunts.
Yay.
You sound very excited to be back.
It's always a pleasure to be in the corner in the bedroom with no fan on, no AC on.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to have to talk about this every week?
I may mention it.
Well, just once a week, just so everyone knows. Well, I personally am excited to be back, especially because this is a really creepy episode, I think.
I actually wasn't briefed on what this is, so it's going to be my first experience listening to this as well.
Yep. I actually heard about this. It'll be no surprise to anyone, but I heard about it on Morbid Podcast. And I've just been obsessed with it ever since because it's very dark and it has a lot of history. Not like back to the 1150s type a lot of history, but
yeah. What year are we talking?
1700s.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, right? Anyway, let's get into it.
Is it in America?
Yes.
Is it really?
It is.
All right.
It is in America. Man. Yep. So this place is called Lake Shawnee. It's actually an amusement park. Even though it's called lake, it's not just a lake. There's a whole amusement park.
Is it still built today?
I believe so, but I don't think it's like actually in use anymore.
No, I would imagine.
No, because lots has happened there, so they don't want to use it anymore. It's got bad juju, you know.
Yeah.
It's located in what is now known as Mercer County, West Virginia. So we're going to West Virginia today. But it was previously in a town called Clover Bottom. How do you think they came up with that name?
They asked their 3-year-old son what the name of the town should be called.
And he said, Clover Bottom. And they're like, okay, Clover Bottom.
He said it just like that?
Just like that. Just like that. Evidence of life dates way back here, but the first recorded part of history was in 1770s. And that's when the first white settlers came to the area. And so history started to be, I guess, documented by them. This dude named Mitchell Clay, he was granted 800 acres of land, and he moved there with his wife. And you want to know why he needed 800 acres of land?
He was a potato farmer.
No, this bitch had 14 kids. That's a lot.
That's a little absurd to need 800 acres.
But he had so many kids, he probably needed to
Yes, but look at the era. What was it, 1750s?
Yeah, he was probably...
You know, like I said in a previous podcast, you're lucky to get one past 30.
Yeah, well, these people had 14, and they all lived past at least infancy.
I'm willing to bet money that wasn't uncommon back in the day, to have 14 children.
No, I'm sure it was pretty common, but still, that's just so many kids. He probably needed the 800 acres so that he could get away from them every now and then, you know?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I would want to get away if I had 14 kids.
I immediately just started thinking of, how the hell do you mow 800 acres of land?
You don't, back in the day. There was no lawnmowers.
Yeah, but you had, scythes. Oh, God. Scythes?
I don't know. They probably didn't worry about mowing the yard, you know? And it was probably very woody, you know, because it's new land that no one has ever lived on except for the Native Americans.
You know what? How much did he purchase the land for? Do you know?
It was given to him. It was a grant.
Oh.
Probably from the government or whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of granted people land to help them settle there.
Hey, good for him, man.
I know.
See, some people are just born into money, man.
Yeah, like Mitchell Clay's
born into wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to be alive back in the 1770s, and here's 800 acres of land. They don't do that anymore. Can you imagine?
Not even a chance.
Dude.
I don't even know if there's 800 acres of land left available anywhere.
I mean, there is, but it's going to cost you millions and millions of dollars.
I would guess $10 million, probably.
If not more. I don't know. Anyway, Mitchell Clay, he got this land, he built a house, and he was like, you know what I'm going to do with this 800 acres? I'm going to make a farm. I mean, what else are you going to do with 800 acres?
I mean, that's how you can make money back in the day.
Exactly. The Shawnee tribe was not very happy that they were there, though, because, you know, they lived on this land, and now this dude just came in and said it's his, so they were not happy, and they had some disagreements. The worst one was a very bloody disagreement. And I couldn't find like what led up to this disagreement, but I'm assuming that maybe the Clay family did something to like have this revenge enacted upon them. Because 11 Native Americans rode up to the property and they shot Bartley. I think Bartley's one of his kids. The sister named Tabitha came out to see what was going on, and then they stabbed her. And then another child named Ezekiel was taken, and he was burned at the stake. And Bartley and Tabitha are buried on the property, and we know the exact location, so you can go there and like see their graves. I'm pretty sure it's
Private
like
property though.
I don't know. I think it's owned by this one lady. We get to it in the end, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's like government property.
Okay.
The other kid, Ezekiel, it's possible that he's buried there too, but it's not really confirmed. Mitchell, the dad, in return, he retaliated and slaughtered quite a few Native Americans.
Oh my.
So there's already like some shit going down back in the day. You pissed off the Native Americans. You're just asking for this land to be like cursed, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Not good.
I've seen Scooby Doo. I know a thing or two about that.
Okay. So the land basically just sat around after the Clay family lived there until 1926. And at that point, C.T. Snido, love how back in the day it was like initial last name.
What?
Back in the day, like H.B. Bartlett, not like Henry B. Bartlett. It's just initial last name. No, I don't know anyone's first names. It's just C.T. Snido. I wonder why they did that. Maybe just look
professionalism.
Cool. Maybe, I don't know. He bought the land and he wanted to make an amusement park there because the town was kind of popping. It was growing a lot because of the coal industry. The amusement park had a Ferris wheel, it had a swing ride, it had some swimming pools, it had a racetrack, a dance hall. It even had cabins to stay in, and of course your concession stands, which I probably think, it probably had like its popcorn or whatever they served back in 1926.
Pumpkin spice popcorn.
Oh my gosh, tell them about that popcorn. It's a Christmas.
You're gonna expose me like that?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
We have pumpkin spice flavored popcorn that I got as a early Christmas present.
I can't.
It's like November 10th.
Listen, if I buy a Christmas present, I can't not give it to you. It's just you should know this by now.
Yeah. Anyway,
I did last a day.
I think I've eaten about 650 calories worth of pumpkin spice popcorn already.
It's so good.
It's good. It tastes just like the coffee.
Except not coffee flavored.
No, it's pretty good. It tastes kind of like was it like nutmeg or something like that?
It has a good pumpkin pie spice seasoning in it, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's like kettle corn in the sense that it's got like that crunchy coating, but it's not overly sweet, and the spice flavor really like tones down the sweetness because I don't typically like kettle corn, but this popcorn's a 10 out of 10. Shout out to Jody's Gourmet Popcorn. And Jody, if you're listening, you should sponsor us because we'd love to eat more of your popcorn. She had a lot of flavors. Are you smelling the popcorn?
I'm smelling a little bit of desperation. That's all.
Oh yeah, just a little.
Just
bit.
Keep going.
I want free Jody's popcorn. That's how good it is. You want free Jody's popcorn too.
I mean, I'll tear up some popcorn, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, these people back in 1926 were probably tearing up the popcorn too, because this place was very popular, but it did face some issues during its time open, including several deaths, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The amusement park, it closed in 1966. I think the family just kind of like got out of the business, people die and stuff. And it sat around again until 1985 when a previous employee named Gaylord White bought it. Isn't that so cute? An employee.
You said Gaylord White?
Yeah.
He was an old employee and he purchased it? So this amusement park ran like unproblematic for over like 2 centuries?
No, it opened in 1926.
Okay. Never mind. I'm a little off track here.
It's okay. We jumped from let's see. It's the land sat around until 1926. So
Okay,
basically, the
okay.
Clay family lived there. They had problems with the Native Americans, and then the land sat. But yeah, I just thought it was so cute that an employee bought the park. He clearly loved it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to call him White Sr. He reopened the park in 1987 after revamping it, and he wanted to keep everything like super original. So he bought a Ferris wheel and a swing set. This is where it gets creepy because the swing set that he bought, and I don't know about the Ferris wheel, but at least the swing set I think is the same one from when it was open originally.
Well, that's cool.
So they like looked at like serial numbers or something and saw that it was the same one. I just think once you like find out what happened at this place, it's kind of creepy that these sets came back here.
Okay.
He kept the park open for a few good years and only charged $1 for admission. Can you imagine getting into an amusement park for $1 nowadays?
Never.
You can't even park for $1.
You can't even park for $20 anymore.
No, what did we pay last time we
We
went
went
to
to Busch
amusement?
Gardens. We paid like what, like
Wasn't it $40?
I swear to God, it was something random, like $36.
It was so much. And you've already
Thursday
paid.
night,
Yeah.
$36.
On top of your tickets, which we got a good deal on the tickets, I think. But still, it was so expensive.
It's ridiculous.
So expensive.
What?
I don't know. It was like a tongue twister. So, Mr. White, he was trying to deal with, or he was dealing with some of the issues that we're actually dealing with today. Insurance rates skyrocketing. I don't know if anyone else has car insurance or house insurance, but it's insane how
It's
expensive it
ridiculous.
is.
It is ridiculous.
And
I wish it wasn't required because I would be saving so much money every month.
I know. And then they just kick you off if anything bad happens.
Yep.
It's such a scam, man. Such
Biggest
a scam.
scam.
Yeah. So the insurance rates were skyrocketing and he didn't want to increase the price of the tickets. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to change what this park is so that I can not have to pay as much in insurance.
Reasonable.
And, yeah, I know. And he changed it to a fishing retreat and he built a mud bogging track. Do you know what a mud bogging track is?
Yeah, it's like the Jeeps and stuff go. It's like a big muddy field. I think. Is that what
I'm pretty sure. It's basically just like a hole in the ground, sort of, with mud.
I could probably gather that from
from the mud.
From the
I don't know.
name.
It could be like clean. I don't know. Weird. I thought that was weird, but I guess maybe they're country folk and they're into that. They're into going around with damn Jeeps and getting real muddy.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm a little cringe.
You're from Philadelphia. You just need to relax, okay?
So while he was building the mud bogging area, he started finding arrowheads and pottery and like a lot of cool stuff.
Like while I was digging it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
So he did the right thing and he stopped doing the work and he called in an archaeology team from Marshall University to see what they could find. And boy, did they find some things. They found lots of artifacts from daily life, like bracelets and clothing and tools. And I just wondered, like, what kind of clothing did they find? It's been sitting there for centuries.
Leather
Oh,
work?
good point. Yeah, it's not like cloth. They did that. I'm pretty sure it was like the buckskin stuff, maybe. Unless I'm in the wrong century of Native Americans.
I'm not too familiar with the 1750 era.
Neither am I, but I know, like when I went to that event yesterday, they had like a Native American like group there that comes every year, and they show us like how they make their buckskin clothing, and they said they would do that forever, or like that their ancestors have done that for basically ever. But that's also a different location than West Virginia, so I don't know. Anyway, you're right. It's probably leather. Where was I? So what this showed, and that they found like the clothes and all that, is that when the Clay family got there, the Native Americans actually hadn't been using the property for a long time. And you're like, oh, well, that's interesting. Why weren't they using this land? And why were they mad about it? If they're using this land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the archaeologists kept digging, and they ended up finding thousands of bodies.
What?
There's estimated to be 3,000 bodies that they found.
Oh my God.
Insane, right?
Did they use it as like a mass burial site?
Yeah, so they think they used it as a mass grave site, and it was mostly elderly people and children. So the Native Americans were mad that the Clay family was there unsettling it because this was like where their like 3,000 of their family members were.
Nobody thought to tell this guy.
I mean, did they even speak the same language back then?
If there's a will, there's a way, man.
Did the Clay family?
You all you gotta do is tell anybody that they're not building on that land.
I
Unless
don't
it's a
know.
corporate company, then they don't care.
They were kind of dicks back in the day. They might have built on the land anyway,
I mean, nothing's changed today.
You're
honestly.
right. They still probably build on that shit.
There's probably a Walmart there now.
There probably is. They don't care, sadly. Anyway, it's thought that the Native Americans may have had a flu, like a really bad flu, obviously, for it to kill that many people.
Yeah.
And they were forced to leave and abandon their homes, but that they still kept that as like a grave site for all these people. So Gaylord White did the right thing, and he said, "We're going to let these people rest, and we will not be having any mud bogging and fishing." I think he did do the right thing, because if you start doing mud bogging and fishing where 3,000 people are,
You're throwing up limbs left and right. What's left of them?
you're just asking for something to haunt you. I'm just saying.
Even morally, that just doesn't sound right at all.
No, that's just morally very wrong. But today you can go, and they do have tours that you can do during the day and night, just because, like, I don't know, it's cool, I guess.
So the
So
land is still barren, essentially.
we'll get into that.
Oh.
We'll get into that. So now for the haunted portion, because it really kind of goes along with the history, like you kind of have to tell it together, sort of. And that's what attracts the people to these tours. As you can imagine, this place was kind of doomed from the start. If there's 3,000 dead people, you're doomed. And many think that it's actually cursed. I previously mentioned that the park had closed in 1966 following some deaths, and there was 6 to be exact. 2 are really well known, and then there's some other ones that aren't super well known.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 that are very well known, the first one is John Richard Tiley. He drowned in a swimming pool after getting stuck in the drain.
Oh my.
No one saw him. He just drowned.
They had drains back in the 1700s?
No, this was in 1966.
Oh my goodness, man.
You gotta start listening a little.
So these 3,000 people died in the...
No, oh my
Dude,
gosh.
what are you talking about?
So now hold on, guys. We're gonna take a pause, and I'm gonna explain it to him so that he can catch up on what is going on. Okay, guys, we're back. I think we got it situated.
I think so.
Okay. Good, I hope so. So anyway, yeah, John Richard Tiley, he died because he drowned in the pool. A little girl who was 10 years old was on that swing ride. You know that same swing ride that came back to the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, she died on that swing ride after a truck backed up into the path of where the swing was swinging, and she slammed into the swing.
Oh my God.
And it's not like, a little swing set like, on the playgrounds. It's like one of those amusement park swing sets.
You talking about the ones that spin in a circle?
Yeah. And the truck backed up into there, and she slammed into it. 10 years old, that's how you go. That's terrible.
You know what, though?
What?
Why do I strangely want to laugh at the thought of
God.
that? Not of her dying, but could you imagine? Like, imagine it's like a lower grade, somebody didn't die, a truck backs up to where they're swinging, and they slam into it.
Oh my God. Also, how stupid do you have to be to back up your truck into the path of that? You're not looking in your rear view mirrors. You don't see the swings just swinging around.
Imagine the guy backing that thing up. Whoa, what was that?
Then he comes out, and this 10-year-old girl's just splattered.
Painted on the wall. Just painted on the side.
Yeah,
of
just
his truck.
painted.
Oh, that would be so horrible. And you know what is it, like a 10-second? Like, it's got to be less than 5 seconds to, like, swing that thing around in a circle. So, like, that guy was out to get... He was looking to get her.
I hope not.
Dude.
Maybe it's the curse.
All I'm saying is that takes skill, probably, to do that.
To manage to back it up into someone?
In, like, a 6-second period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to complete a lap in the swing, it's got to be, like, 10 seconds. Max.
Yeah. That's just terrible. Her poor family,
That is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, that is horrible.
This next death isn't like really super related to the amusement park, but it's still kind of creepy, and so I figured I'd mention it anyway. In 1934, James Kraft Belcher, I wonder if he burped a lot, he was having an affair with Myrtle Taylor. And I also just want to say I love the name Myrtle. He saw her eating dinner with another man, and he forced her into the car, drives her out to a road bordering the amusement park, and then shoots her twice in the head. He then drives her to the hospital, and she dies there. So this man who was having an affair with her got mad when she was with someone else. It's like, bitch, you're an affairer. You can't get mad because the person you're cheating on your wife with is cheating on you. What did you expect? You know?
Yeah, that's a weird situation.
I know, it's like a weird love triangle.
That's why you don't get involved with swingers, man, or whatever's going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why you don't cheat on your wife, because you never know what's going to happen.
I was going to say, you're just asking for it, man.
Yeah. There are 3 other deaths that there's not much known about them, but they did happen at the park. So this man named Wayne, he drowned in the lake. Lots of drownings happening there.
Well, maybe learning how to swim wasn't prevalent back in the day.
Or maybe this place is haunted.
Probable.
A little girl fell out of the swing. Those swings are just no good.
This is the same swings?
Yeah, the same swings.
Oh, jeez.
We got to get rid of these swings. And then a gambler was killed over money. Nothing good going on.
Well, now you're just working with greed.
Yeah, that one, but it still happened there. Like 6 deaths at an amusement park. I wonder how many deaths have happened at Busch Gardens. I hope 0.
If there was a death at like an amusement park, like nowadays, it would be known.
Yeah, we would.
It would have to be known.
It would be investigated.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
like
this up.
the guy that
Oh God, that poor kid
fell out of that power tower ride.
Yes.
Everybody in the world knew about that.
That was so sad.
That was what was that? In Orlando, wasn't it?
I don't know where it was at.
Oh, I don't know where it was.
Oh, there's been multiple deaths at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, but look at 1996.
1976, a 39-year-old man died after riding the roller coaster. 1996, several passengers were stuck 100 feet in the air after the Kumba ride.
2022, Falcon's Fury.
Oh no, that's the guy that died at a similar Orlando thing.
Oh,
they inspected their drop tower. That's probably why it's been closed.
Yeah.
In 2002, a zookeeper's arm was bitten off by a lion.
Oh my goodness.
And in 2001, a ride vehicle on the Rhino Rally overturned and injured several people.
Does it say it didn't kill anybody, though?
No. That makes me... I don't like roller coasters to begin with, and you've made me go on several pretty terrifying ones now.
I have. I'm so surprised you stuck with it.
That just goes to show how much I love you. Just putting that out there.
That's fair enough. It's fair enough.
I thought I was going to die on that last one. What one did you make me go on?
What was the name of that?
I don't know, but
Shikra.
Oh my God.
Shikra.
That one is awful.
It was pretty fun though, wasn't it?
No. I literally thought I was going to die.
I looked over at her one point. I thought she was crying.
I was crying.
I literally thought she was crying.
I was crying. You didn't think I was. I was.
Listen, this girl, man, she grabs your arm. I have bled.
You have not bled.
I swear on my life, I've bled.
I've definitely left some bruises. But that's what you get for taking me on scary roller coasters. I hate roller coasters with a passion. Maybe in a past life, I died at an amusement park, and that's why I'm not a fan.
I mean, that's a bit of a stretch.
I don't know. Could be. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, there's lots of death and sadness associated with this place, so it's easy to see why it's haunted, The most well-known ghost is the one of the little girl who died after the truck backed up into her. The one on the swing,
Oh, I remember.
How can you forget that, right?
I remember.
People are drawn to a very specific swing, even though it isn't marked, and that's the swing that she died in. Like, people will just go there, So she's calling them. Gaylord White Sr., he used to mow the fields with a big tractor, and he reported feeling like a weight on his shoulder. And when he turned around one day, there was a little girl in a ruffled dress that was riding behind him. And he got off the tractor, and he left the tractor, and he never moved it again. And I'm pretty sure it's still there to this day.
Like it gives me prickles in the back of my head, man.
If it's still there, I'll find a picture and post it. I'm pretty sure it is because I watched like this whole paranormal investigation video and like they saw the tractor. So the swings will move on their own, and one in particular will move under your hand, and that's the swing that she died in. And the middle of the swing seat will often feel very warm as if someone was sitting in it.
Ew.
It's the little ghost girl. One of the boys who drowned is said to stay near the lake. There's a white pinwheel there that will move without the wind and change speed and direction if asked. That's cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video of a mom. This is not related to the park, but a mom went to the grave of her son and she had a pinwheel there. And the pinwheel started spinning and she would say, if you're here, give me a sign, make the pinwheel stop. And the pinwheel would stop. It was so cool. So I would love to see that. So White Sr. has died since this all happened, and his wife believes that he actually haunts the Ferris wheel. Isn't that cute?
You talking about Gaylord White?
Yeah, Gaylord White. He died at some point, and he haunts the Ferris wheel now.
Good for him.
There's a shadow figure seen quite frequently on the Ferris wheel, and one night the security camera even caught the safety bar unfastening it with no one there.
That's crazy.
The wife said that he was always like super worried about the Ferris wheel safety, and so she thinks he's still watching over it today. There's lots of other assorted haunts. Like a team member from the Discovery Channel got locked in the ticket booth, despite the door not having a lock, and it's like one of those swing doors. You ever walked into like a kitchen in a restaurant and it's one of those doors that you just push and it swings?
Oh yeah.
It's like that. No lock. The lady was so hysterical upon being let out that she had to go to the hospital.
Are you kidding me? What's a woman like that doing interviewing and doing a walkthrough of a haunted location?
Maybe she went on the Discovery Channel thinking she was going to be like swimming with dolphins or something. And instead she got locked in a haunted ticket booth. I don't know. I felt bad for her. Lots of footsteps being heard. You'll hear children playing. People think that's like residual energy. There's mysterious chanting. Oh, the mysterious chanting. I heard that in the video that I watched.
Really?
Yeah. I gotta find the video again. There's also so many shadow figures, like so many.
I'm sure.
And then people who swim, even though you're not supposed to, like in the lake there, they feel like something's pulling them down. And people wonder if like the people that have drowned in the lakes felt that same sensation and couldn't get away from it, and that's why they drowned.
Well, I don't swim in lakes. It's not my thing.
No, that's how you get brain-eating amoebas.
Yeah, and sea monsters.
Oh, dude. I have
Swimming in the lake. 30-foot anaconda right below you.
I don't
Comes
swim.
up and just chokes you out.
I don't swim anywhere. I barely swim in springs. It's the most I swim in. Oceans, not a fan. Although when I did go to, I would swim in Grand Turk's water again. Just putting that out there.
You know what? I'm even willing to go as far to say that I swam in a hotel pool once at nighttime, and I got out.
Did you really?
I swear on my life. I couldn't handle it. I'm a wimp in the water.
Maybe you in a past life.
I don't mess with boats. I don't mess with sharks. I don't mess with none of that stuff.
I think you in a past life maybe drowned.
No, I think I saw Jaws. I was like 6 years old, and it ruined me.
Maybe that's it.
47 meters down, ruined me.
That movie was so boring.
The movie was... Are you kidding me? That movie was terrifying.
That's the one where they go in the cage, right?
Yeah, there's the two of them.
Yeah, that's so boring. I was going to say...
It absolutely was not.
And everyone go watch it. I fell asleep during that movie. That's how boring it was.
Different fears, different...
I don't like sharks either. But... Anyway, so I've read stories.
I don't mess with dolphins either.
I love dolphins. They're so cute. I would swim with dolphins any day. But what I was saying is that I looked online, for like stories of hauntings and whatnot. And there was a bunch of stories of people being like, yeah, I swam in this lake before and I felt like something was pulling me down and I was screaming for help, but it was like no one heard me. And then my dad saw me, and that's the only reason I got out is because my dad came and pulled me out. Isn't that
That
crazy?
makes me physically uncomfortable.
Yeah. I have so many lakes that I want to cover because there's a lot of man-made lakes where they'll just cover whole towns in water and there's cemeteries under there and buildings and they're just so creepy and haunted, some of them. I can't wait to
You know
cover
what?
more.
You know what lake I would go in?
What?
You ever seen them lakes where like it floods like for 3 months out of the year, and it just makes everything go underwater? So you got these
Yes.
trees and the benches and the bridges.
Oh,
Oh my
God,
god,
that's
I would
creepy.
love to go in there during the day, obviously.
Yeah, not at night. Who is
I barely
fun?
go outside at night. What are you talking about?
Yeah, good point. There's some lakes that also they'll like the water levels will drop and you'll see things starting to come up out of it. Like cemeteries, like graves you'll see. There's one that I was just looking up. I think it's called like Kentucky Lake in Tennessee or Tennessee Lake in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like a grave that pops up when they drop the water levels.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, final interesting fact about this place, but Jewel, who is the wife of Gaylord White Sr., she still lives there and she lives there by herself.
How old's that woman? She's got to be what, 90?
Let's see. I don't know. I if you listen to the first episode, you know that I've been planning this podcast for like years. So I basically made this whole episode like 3 years ago. So I'm not sure. Jewel White, Lake Shawnee. Let's see if she's still alive. She was born in 1945. Oh no, she died in
In 2023.
2023. Aw, Jewel.
She was 78, huh?
I hope she lived a good long life. I wonder what's going on. Look, here's the swing set. Look how creepy that is.
I literally just got the chills.
I
Oh
know.
my god, that is the creepiest looking swing set I've ever seen in my life.
I'll post pictures, guys. Don't worry. It's super creepy.
Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
It's still sitting there chilling?
Oh, I'm sure.
Woo! That is terrifying.
I know. And to think that 2 people died on there. Here's the tractor, too.
So this dude saw the girl on the tractor and then parked it and never moved it since?
Yep.
It's been sitting in that same exact spot right there.
Yeah, look how old it is. Look how rusty it is.
It actually looks pretty good for the condition, for
Yeah.
how long it's been.
I mean, things were built good back in the day.
Dude, that swing set, that is a swing set of nightmares.
It's going to give you nightmares.
That's the Ferris wheel?
The
Dude,
ticket booth she got lost.
I gotta go see that thing, dude. That looks like fun. That's the lake?
Yeah. Guys, wait until you see the pictures. It's so creepy.
It honestly looks very creepy.
But like, what a...
Look at that. Oh my god, look at that clown.
Mm-hmm. But like, what a cool place, you know? Anyway, that's all I have.
That was a very cool place. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this place. I would love to go visit it. I wonder if they let people visit or how that works now that Jules died. If her kids are taking care of it. I don't know. I hope someone's taking care of it. Because not only are there a lot of bodies there that deserve to be respected, but this place has had a lot of history and it's just cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, please check us out on Instagram. It's at History and Haunts Podcast. You can email us at historyandhauntspodcast@gmail.com. We're also on YouTube now at History and Haunts Podcast. Basically, everything is History and Haunts Podcast. We'd love to hear from you.
The longest name you could possibly think of. That's the one.
I know, just to I don't know, make it hard for you guys, I guess. We'd love to hear from you with questions, comments, concerns. If you've ever been to any of these places, recommendations. We just got our first recommendation from this really cool place in Sweden. I've looked it up, and I think I'm going to try to research it and add it in soon. Do a little episode on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounded cool. I have to find more research. I just read like a brief overview on it, but we'd love more recommendations because
I like a good haunted house.
Oh yeah, I just love to hear about like haunted places that everyone else has been to. You know, it's just cool. Or like
Absolutely.
everyone else's favorite haunted place. So yeah. We're on Spotify, YouTube.
You already said all that.
Oh, did I? Oopsies. Well, if you can like, rate, review, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that stuff. It'll help.
Venmo her $20.
No, don't Venmo me.
Wash her car.
That would be nice, actually. Wash my car.
Yeah, so I don't have to do it anymore, please.
Yeah.
Please, somebody wash this woman's car.
It's really dirty right now. Anyway, we'd love if you did that. That's how more people will find us. There goes my dog, if you could hear that.
At least once, dude.
She's got to interrupt us at least once. Well, see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.